victorious in your true design life. I am calling out to all queens out there who know that they are born to live free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love-drenched lives. And you know what? If you're a dude, you can be here too. That's cool too. But ultimately, guys, you deserve the very best of everything. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly. I say it because it's the truth, okay? You are created in the image and likeness of the divine. I see my job here as to remind you who the heck you are. Because I see too many of us walking around almost wandering, lost, aimlessly. Well, we're not aimless. We are people who kind of know that we have ideas and we want to see them happen, but we've somehow bought into the nonsense that tells us that we can't. Well, I'm here to remind you that you can, okay? You can. Okay, so today's question, because this is the Ask Me Anything stream, today's question or situation is something along the lines of, I get scared of doing things. I truly dream of making it in life because my family and the people out there think I am nothing. When I read this, it actually really reached my heart because I know when I started to do the things that I wanted to do, people thought I was selfish. People thought I was lazy. People thought that I can't be in business. In fact, I had my mom laughing at me. And it wasn't a horrible, they weren't being horrible to me. If anything, especially my loved ones really did think they were protecting me. Of course, there were the ones also that are just irritated with me because I just have my own way of doing things and people don't always understand it. And I used to apologize for being who I am. I don't anymore. So this situation really spoke to me. But before we get into that, and before I just start giving you my thoughts and my 2 cents, we're going to sing the affirmation, okay? The affirmation for this week is, I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. Yes, I rise, okay? Which I feel is quite relevant to this particular situation. Say hello, say hello, say hello. I love it when you guys engage with me. It just helps me pull out the deepest wisdom that I can find. Here we go. I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. Yes, I rise. 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 And that, my loves, is the affirmation. I take back dominion of my life and my affairs. Yes, I rise. I really feel in this time that I am speaking to people who, yeah, you have forgotten who you are. What does it matter? Okay, coming back to this situation that this person has presented to me. What does it actually matter what people out there think of you? What does it matter if they think you're nothing? What does it matter if they even say it to your face? What does it matter? Who has more say over your life than you do? You are the one that gets to decide who you are. You are the one that gets to decide how your life plays out. And I know we know this, but sometimes in the face of people making assumptions about who you are, people telling you who you should be, people trying to set the tone for your life, you start to forget who you are. You start to buy into their nonsense. You start to buy into their definitions of who you should be. I understand that we get afraid. You know, a lot of the time I'm afraid, okay? I can even coming onto a live stream like this to come and talk to you guys, I'm afraid. I get afraid. It's just that I refuse to allow fear. And I say this stuff all the time. I sometimes feel like I'm repeating myself, but you know what? I'll repeat myself as many times as I need to in order for you to hear what I'm saying to you. You are queen. You have a territory. You have a true design life that is yours to create, to make however you want it to look. You can do it. Yes, you're going to be afraid because you've been conditioned into thinking you have to play smaller than the dreams and the desires and the visions inside of you are calling you to play. They're calling you to play bigger. They're calling you to take back your ground. They're telling you to take back dominion over your own life and your own affairs. And the world has mass mind conditioned you into thinking that you are small. And you think that it matters what they think of you. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you. All that matters is what do you think of yourself. When you finally truly realize that your source is the divine within you, that unconditional love flows from within you, what does it matter what anybody else thinks or says or does to you? Because you start to take back your power. Yeah, you're going to be afraid. So what? Fear, if anything, sometimes fear is pointing you in the direction that you need to go. The fear is just trying to keep you safe. But that kind of safety doesn't feel safe. That kind of safety keeps you stuck and trapped in a life you don't even want to be in. What you want is true security, and that true security comes from your connection with the divine. It's time to take back yourself. This morning, I wrote a post that is probably coming up on the page in a few minutes about the fact that a lot of us, or, not even us anymore, guys, it's you. It's you. A lot of you, when your heart is trying to tell you that it is in pain, that the people you're hanging around are hurting you, that what you're doing right now is not suiting you, you keep ignoring it. You keep making everybody else's opinion more important than your own. And so you're eating away at your own self-confidence because you don't trust yourself. Your heart is telling you to take yourself out of a situation that is painful, but you keep staying there telling yourself that you're being loving. As spiritual people, sometimes you can deceive yourself into thinking that loving someone means that you put up with any of their nonsense, that they're allowed to say anything about you, that they're allowed to make you feel any old how because you are the one that is supposed to love them because, you're a Christian or you're a whatever you call yourself. And so you should just put up with it and be a nice person. And so you keep ignoring your own heart. And so then you're eating away at your own self-confidence, wondering why you're so afraid all of the time. You're so afraid of all of the time because you're refusing to trust yourself. You're refusing to listen to the deep wisdom inside of yourself that says, one, why am I listening to these crazy people telling me who I am? Why am I listening to them? Telling myself that I'm being loving by listening to their opinions. That is a nonsense of a nonsense of a nonsense, but I did it for so long, so I get it. We all do these crazy things until you learn better. And then you start to take your power back. Again, I haven't found the secret magical cure for fear. I've just learned to do things afraid. And so, yes, you will be scared. If you're trying to make it in life, when you truly dream of making it in life, whatever that looks like for you, it's going to be bigger than what you're living right now. So yes, you're going to be afraid. But when it comes to what people think of you, one, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody at all. You have nothing to prove to anyone. You just need to keep your vision top of mind and keep moving towards it. Let anybody say what they want to say. Let anybody think what they want to think. You do this first and foremost for yourself. First and foremost, you take back your own territory because you're done with other people defining what success or what you should look like or what you should be doing. You take back authority over your own existence. And I'm speaking to some of y'all who on the face of it, you look successful. You look as if you have it all going on. You're like me. In my past, I was a pharmacist, I had a house, I had the 2 cars, the cleaner, people living with me because I was so blessed to be a blessing. I looked successful. I was just freaking dying inside. I finally, well, one, I exploded, imploded. I imploded, I went bankrupt and got depressed for 4 years, but you still wouldn't have known it. You could have been in my life completely and you wouldn't have known that that stuff had happened to me because I refused to look like it on my face. I refused to allow anybody to know. Even my family, my sisters, my brothers didn't know because I didn't tell anybody. I felt so ashamed of myself. So I still looked as if I had it all going on. I didn't. So I'm speaking to all of y'all. Is the success you're experiencing the success you actually want? Or just the success that somebody else told you would feel good? If you truly want to make it in life, discover who you are again. And take back your own true design life. Not what somebody else has defined for you as the best. No. What do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And then, yeah, you're going to feel afraid. You start moving towards it anyway. Define it. Start moving towards it. Who cares what anybody else thinks about you? They will all have some opinions. I've found that actually when you make it, everybody comes to then ask you how you did it. When you were doing it, they were all telling you to stop. They were all calling you names. They were all making all kinds of assumptions about you. Doesn't matter. Don't do anything for anyone else. Connect to the divine. Connect to yourself. That's all that matters. It really is. It really is, because I know that we in this community, we have kind hearts. So when I tell you to connect to the divine and connect to yourself, and that's all that matters, I know that part of connecting to yourself is that you will at some point want to give to your community, give to your family or whatever, and that's fine. But you don't do it for that reason first. You do it because you value yourself first. That's why you get on your deliberate millionaire path to peace and plenty, because you value yourself first. Okay? All people, anybody can demand what they want to demand of you. You are nobody's insurance policy. Okay? You are nobody's safety net. Let them make up. Everybody is powerful enough in their own right. They can all find their own way, and I don't care how sacred the relationship is to you. Everybody is powerful in their own right. You do not need to take responsibility for every single person at all. The only people I would ever say you're completely responsible for are your children. You chose them. Okay, you chose your children, but you didn't choose anyone else. Well, you chose your partner. Your partner you chose, and you chose your children. But your partner, frankly, if your partner is you chose because somebody else told you that you should choose that person, and it's not working, then you maybe need to rethink that. Your children you chose, okay? So you're responsible for them at least until they're adults. But everybody else, anybody else is responsible for themselves. And this sometimes is a very hard thing for people to actually take on board. And so you just put your whole life on hold, trying to satisfy this person, that person, and the other person. So coming back to this situation, I truly dream of making it in life. Then make it in life. The only person that gets in your way of making it is you. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Let them think you're nothing. You don't do it for them. You do it for yourself. Okay? You allow your results to speak for you. You don't talk to them, start arguing with them, trying to make them understand you. Let them think and talk what they want to think and talk. You get on with creating the life that you desire. I don't care what's happening in the world. You are not subject to any of that stuff. Create the life that you desire. Even if you is sick right now. Find a way to do something small towards the life that you desire. There's always a way. There's always a way if you're willing. Don't tell yourself stories. Your story is not so unique that somehow you're the only person on the planet that cannot do something to take yourself towards your dream. You can. There is always something you can do. I've said this before, that if you ever feel there's only one option available to you, that's just fear talking, and it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. There's always lots of opportunities available to you. You're just not seeing them. This is why I invite you to do things like the Abundance Library, because it will expand your mind and expand your ability to see opportunities in your current existence. Everybody has to start in their current existence, okay? You can't start somewhere else. You start here right now. This is where you start from. Doesn't matter what is happening right here, right now. You start here. And even here, no matter how terrible you think it is, there are opportunities for you to expand and to grow and to move into your next level. But you have to be willing to see them. This is, again, why I would invite you to the Abundance Library. Because if you're thinking in the same way that you've been thinking to get yourself into this messy situation, you're not going to be able to get out of the messy situation, because all you see is the mess. When you start immersing yourself in new ways of thinking, you suddenly start to see that there's more available to you. You actually even hear more from the divine, because you become more available to hear your intuition. And as you become more available to hear your intuition, you will be given opportunities, or you will see opportunities to move forward. The question is, are you going to allow fear to then tell you, well, I can't do that, and I can't do that, and I'm not sure I can do that? Or are you going to take back dominion over your life and your affairs? I certainly hope you choose to rise. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. In the end, you are the one that is going to have to move. You are the one that is going to have to decide to put yourself in the Abundance Library, or to put yourself in the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly, or to come and work with me in some other thing that I'm doing. You are the one that has to make that choice to actually start moving towards your vision and your dream. Or else it's just talk. Personally, I'm going to stay on my path, continue moving forward, continue encouraging other queens to rise up and step into their own territories, because I lead leaders. So, I'm just helping you remember that you are a leader, and it's time for you to wake up and step into that leadership. You've always known it. You've always known it. It's just that the world convinced you that there was something wrong with you. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You're just different. You're different from the people around you for a reason. Now you need to honor that reason. And stop trying to become like everybody else and blend in and and trying to get people to like you. Who cares if they like you or don't like you? They are not your source. They are not your source. Come on. Own who you are. Nobody can like you until you like yourself anyway. Okay? Okay, that's my little bit here. So message me the word abundance if you would like to join the Abundance Library. Guys, I'm fed up of wishy-washy, I don't know what. Oh, I don't know, wishy-washiness. I don't want to speak to wishy-washy people anymore. Let's just be very clear. So if you're wishy-washy, you're not actually planning to move forward, please don't message me the word abundance. But if you're ready to move forward, if you're done with telling yourself some story as to why you can't move forward and you're just done. And let me tell you right now that every single story you're telling yourself why you can't move forward is simply an excuse and a story. I don't care what it is, no matter how legitimate it may seem, everybody starts usually in a bit of a nonsensical situation. Okay? So you're not the only one. You're not the only one. The question is, will you start? Will you get on path? Will you claim the life that you desire? Or will you keep getting your own way? I really hope you claim the life you want. I really see this picture, this impression of lots of queens rising. Lots of queens taking back their territory. Lots of queens expanding their territory. Lots of queens taking back dominion over their life, Lots of queens changing the generational line, really changing everything. I see lots of queens. Are you one of us? I am called to the 334,000 people who are ready to rise. Is that you? If it is you, message me the word abundance. This is step 1, okay? And I'll get the link over to you. And then the next